It's 9:03. We've got the Humboldt school system with us today. Ms. Emily, so great to have y'all back in here with us.
Thank you, Seth. Glad to be here as always. It's hard to believe that we're getting to the end of the school year. We're starting with all the events going on, so we got a lot to share today. So thank you for having us. And then George is here, of course.
Yes.
George,
hey guys.
Got to share all the good news from all the athletic stuff going on today. So I'm going to go ahead and start maybe with some of the news that's going on in the school district. We're finishing up our testing right now. I know we've talked about for the last couple of weeks. This is the last week.
This is the last week. All right.
We are on the home stretch now, and so we appreciate the cooperation of all of our assistants that have come and provided time as proctors in our test, and we've had Seagull teachers go to East to help out. It's just been a whole district approach.
Sure.
And so we are coming to the end on that. We've had a good success with the testing, and we did some online testing as well. So it has been, I would say overall, a good experience.
Yeah.
You know, our teachers and students have worked hard, so I commend them.
Great.
So I'm going to go over a couple things that are coming up, if that's okay. And then I know George has got a lot of games and information to share about athletics, so I'm going to turn it over to him in just a minute.
All right.
We've got the FFA banquet will be on Monday, April 29th. This is at the high school, and this is a special time for them, for the officers to be recognized, and they talk about their accomplishments for the year.
Yes.
And they were just recognized this past weekend for Most Improved Chapter.
Oh.
So we want to commend them for their hard work. The FFA chapter with Mr. Jason Wiles is the sponsor, and commend them for their hard work. Another thing that's coming up is the senior walk. And the senior walk happens every year for our graduating class.
Yes.
And they kind of have an opportunity to go back to the elementary level to thank their teachers and to walk through the hall so that the students can have an idea of what graduation looks like. Something to hopefully attain. Yeah. And we want them to have that in mind starting at a young age. And so that will start, and that will take place on May 2nd. And that will take place at Seagull and at East Elementary. Okay. And then this is also our college sign-in day. Yeah. And so our students will they will all be wearing their shirts of where they're going to school, and then where they're planning on attending. And then we have the state of Tennessee. If they're in the state of Tennessee, they sign, and so we have a big map. It's pretty exciting experience for our students and our families that they can see where all of our students are going. So that'll all take place next week. This time next week. Wow. It's hard to believe. So May 2nd with all the events. There's a lot going on Thursdays in the month of May. So just keep that in mind. That also being said, next Thursday is the opening night of Lion King Kids. So
yes, a lot of work been going into that.
A lot of work been going into that, and we have about 50 students that are in that production from East Elementary School, and we've got some junior, senior high students that are assisting as well with this production. So it takes place at 6:30 next Thursday and Friday. That's May 2nd and 3rd, and the production is held in the new newly renovated auditorium at the former Humboldt Middle School. So we encourage the community to come out and support these students. Tickets are $5 at the door.
Sure. Now, if people, obviously they've seen Lion King before, is this more kind of like the Broadway style of it? How would you describe this Lion King that you're doing with the kids? Is there a lot of lines? Or
there's a lot of lines, and there's all the songs, and a few songs that maybe you haven't heard before, but it ties it all together, and it's about 45-minute show. Okay. So I mean, Lion King, the Broadway version, is a little over two hours, and so this is more on their level for 2nd through 6th graders, and so we have about 45 minutes and have the same storyline there. Some of those same songs like Hakuna Matata and Circle of Life. Those things they're in there. So, and they've learned some new languages from that are in Swahili and things like that. So that's really neat. So,
yeah, that's neat. Now, you have over 50 involved, and so talking costumes, how did you get all the costumes together?
Well, it's been an adventure. It's been an adventure. I will say that we have had some great partnerships with other schools that have had this production in the past.
Okay.
So that helped with making some of our costumes, and we're still finishing up some of those because we're having to make those. And it's been a partnership with several schools. There's a school in Arkansas that we had a partnership with, and Milan Middle School as well. So they've helped out on that tremendously. And so when I say how many costumes we probably have over 150 costumes.
Oh wow!
Because they change out a few.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So it's exciting.
So now they're selling tickets, $5 a piece to get in.
Correct, and that'll be at the door. We're not doing any pre-sales or anything like that. But
how many people will that auditorium seat?
About 500. So
wow!
We want to fill it up.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it? This is the first event that's being held at the auditorium.
This is your first chance to go in and see the new renovations.
Absolutely.
And see what we want to have happen next. You know, obviously we know, and this is not really all on the school system side of things. We know when they got involved, it cost a little bit more on some of the renovations, and so. But you've had great partnerships there as far as lights and sound and that kind of thing, because you don't have complete setup yet, but it's definitely a start, so we can start using the building and people maybe get in there. Maybe that's exactly what you need, is for people to get in there and see the potential of the building.
Absolutely.
And then you'll probably have some more donors start stepping up. You
know, I won't lie, Seth. I'm excited to see where this new upgraded facility part takes Humboldt to a new level, honestly, and the opportunities, because it houses 500. It has 500 seats, and that's incredible for Humboldt. And I know that George went last week with me, and he kind of checked it out. So it's kind of neat to get to see where we've come from and where we are now, and get to hold some of that history of Humboldt, because I know so many people from Humboldt have attended school there.
Yes. And
we don't like to see a building closed forever, you know, and so it has received a nice little facelift. Awesome. Wouldn't you say? And we want the community to come see what's available.
Sure.
I will say it's not completely done, like you said, as far as sound, lighting, and curtains, but that is not going to stop us from this production by any means.
No. I'm excited about this because you got Trenton Peabody. They have that auditorium right there on the campus. You also have, does Gibson County have something at their school?
They do.
So this would give Humboldt something to be able to even start drama and that kind of thing more than we have been able to in the past, because you have your own stage and that.
Absolutely, and we're grateful. This is actually our 12th production that we've done in Humboldt. Mr. Watson and I have done. And so we are grateful for the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival. We have been in the gym at East Elementary for all these years.
Yes.
And so now we're grateful for our own stage, honestly. And we've worked with them, and they've been great partners for us to be able to have the students on a stage. But now they're really getting that opportunity, and now we can grow.
That's
we can grow.
That's right.
And this is exciting, and it's neat to be able to have this opportunity for our students. And so I hope that you'll come and support them. I won't lie, there's been a lot of work put into this production, and it's one of my favorites, and I'm kind of partial to it at the same time, just a little bit.
Kind of good timing too, because Disney's going to be putting out the new Lion King movie. Everybody's already thinking along.
I didn't really plan that when we said we were going to do the Lion King. I did not know that, but we were very excited that it all kind of comes together.
That's cool.
And things like that. So our students have worked hard, and I'm very proud of them. And got a lot of choreography and a lot of songs, and there's just a lot of moving parts that make this whole process special. So I hope that you'll come and support these students, because they deserve that, and they deserve to have an audience that's gonna come and fill the house. That's what we want, especially in the opening of the auditorium.
Can't find any cheaper entertainment, $5, and you won't find any cuter kids. I'm telling you, you can get into those. I came to a couple of those performances. I think I went to the one last year, and it might have been the year before, but really entertaining, and looking forward to it. It's going to be a great night.
Well, thank you. We're excited. So that's next Thursday and Friday. We added an extra show this year, so we're excited about that. So thanks for letting me indulge just a little bit about my little. That's kind of like my little pride and joy right now. So thank you. So to continue on with some other events that are going on. I know that the seniors are getting very excited. They're very excited, wouldn't you say, Mr. George?
I would say so.
They're getting excited because their time is coming to an end in Humboldt at Humboldt High School. I think they have about 10 more days left, maybe.
They do.
That. And so they're getting a little antsy. They're getting excited. So baccalaureate services are upon us. That will be May 5th.
Okay.
That's at Morning Star Baptist Church at 3 o'clock. So I know that parents and community members like to be at this event along with our graduates. So we want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on with that, and which graduation is later in the month. We've talked about that previously on the show, and I know we plan to be on the field at Barker Memorial Stadium for graduation. Now, conveniently, in the past few years, it has Mother Nature has not cooperated. So if that happens again, we will be in the Thomas Ray Boykin Gymnasium. So want to make sure that everyone kind of has an idea like where we're going to be in case something happens. But we have a great group of seniors, and we're going to celebrate them this month. So we have some awards there at the athletic banquet, which I know you'll talk about, and we also have a senior awards day for them right before their graduation that day before on that Thursday. So that's a special time, and we want to commend them for their hard work and all of their time in Humboldt and what's to come for them. So we congratulate the seniors and know that they have 10 more days, but a lot to go in on these 10 more days for them. So a couple other things. May 7th, we haven't talked about this. This is Muffins for Mom at Seagull Primary. And this is a special time for moms, especially close to Mother's Day as well. And so come in, and parents, moms, aunts, grandmothers are welcome to attend this event at Seagull Primary on May 7th. It starts at 7:45, right before people have to go to work, or they can come in and have muffins for moms, spend time with their child at school, and kind of close out the school year as well. So this is at Seagull Primary from 7:45 to 8:15 on May 7th. So I want to get that out. We also have a note on a schedule to make sure that everyone is aware. And our original last day of school was scheduled. Be careful. Yes, I'm very careful. Was scheduled for May 24th. Okay. So I want everybody to make sure that, and I think we discussed this.
We did.
Back in March when we were in basketball season. And we had the honor of being out of school at that time, but now we have to make up that time. And so our official last day now is the day after Memorial Day. And so now we are now at our last day of May 28th. And so that sounds kind of it's a little hard for some of them to grasp, but we all were aware of this when when Dr. Hamlet made that decision, and we wanted to be able to support our basketball team.
So let me ask you this, George. Okay, we know they took 2 days.
We did.
If they hadn't took the other day, would this have happened, you think?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
I don't think it would have.
Yeah, but that was that was a cry from parents,
right?
That were there. So I mean, I don't think you're going to hear anything as far as negative from that.
No, I don't.
Because I think everybody understood it was better to stay there than to keep 40 and 8:40 hot and drive back, and then you turn around and go back because you wanted to. We believed we was going to be in that championship game, and we were. We were there. So I wondered about that.
Yeah, looking at the outcome, I think it was a good decision on our administration on behalf of Dr. Hamlet, and I think our fans and our community and our parents, I think we'll survive this.
It was worth it.
Be okay. Yeah, it was well worth it.
It was worth it.
But I just want to make sure that parents understand that
it's important.
because I know the calendar was out there. It was on there, but we're trying to get the word out that the last day, official last day, is you have to come back after Memorial Day. I know that's tough, but
is that a full day?
That is a half day.
Half day.
That is a half day.
I think we can survive.
I think we can survive a half day. You know, that half day.
We'll be
and like
okay.
you said, so, if we would have just gone that half day like we had originally scheduled, we would not be making it this week.
I thought that was probably the case.
Yes,
Excellent.
You're right. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. And so teachers are still there that last week of May as well. So. And then we'll go into summer school. It'll get really. We'll have sign-ups for summer school here shortly, especially for our elementary school. We have our Read to Be Ready camp this summer.
Yes.
That is the whole month of June at Seagull Primary, and that covers students that have completed kindergarten, first, and second grade. And so we have approximately 50 students that will have the opportunity to attend Read to Be Ready this summer.
That's great.
So, that's a great opportunity, especially we don't want that summer slump. We don't want that slide.
Right. That's right.
And so that's going to be taking place. I know there'll be athletic camps. We'll talk about here in the coming weeks. I know that we'll have that, and we have our Viking summer camp that we have at Seagull and at the high school for students for enrichment services and if they need to make up work, that kind of thing. So. We're just moving quite along.
That's
Here we
right.
are, and
That's
it's hard
right.
to believe that we're talking about summer.
Isn't that something?
It's very hard to believe, but we're excited.
You're flying by.
So before I turn it over to George, I do want to commend our students of the month from the junior senior high. So I want to celebrate those students: Shelby Black, Alexia Johnson, Ariana Zion, Kanan Pettigrew, Rocio Martinez Rocha, Maya Dinwiddie, Darnaja Verser, and Miranda Dow. So congratulations to those students. And then we have for our Unsung Hero Award, sponsored by Junior Auxiliary of Humboldt, Mr. Montravius Cathy from the senior high. And the Rising Star Award goes to Miss Carrington Martin. She's in the 7th grade. Awesome. So congratulations to those students. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. George here.
Sure.
Right.
Now, I know you've got athletic banquets and things like that to talk about.
We do.
Yes, sir.
Athletic banquet, first of all, for our middle school will be May the 7th.
Okay.
It will be in our cafeteria, and coaches are aware of that, and awards are going to be given, and we're just going to recognize our junior high sports, and we'll be needing to just be vigilant and coming out and understanding that we want to keep that thing short and sweet, but at the same time, we want to give it its due diligence regarding the recognition that they had. Because our junior high basketball did have a great season.
Yes.
The other sports we're going to recognize as well, and we just want to make sure that we allow the community and let them know that please come out for those banquets, and let's look at those recognitions that we have on tap for our junior high program, and we'll let you know the information and get you everything out that we need to get out here in these next week, because I know it's coming up on us.
Sure is,
Sounds like we're a little late with it, but actually, in all actuality, we're at a good timing with our banquets, with all the year-end events that's going on with our school. So May 7th, athletic banquet for junior high. May 1st, let me back up. May 1st, we will be doing a all-sports physical.
Okay.
That is going to incorporate our junior high and our high school. All students that are rising in the next grade, junior high and high school, will have an opportunity to have physicals free of charge.
All right.
Sponsored by our Sports Plus affiliate, and our friends over there, and our partners, and in our athletic training and our injuries and taking care of our athletes. We are happy that they are going to be able to put on free physicals for our students.
Great.
And that'll take place in our gymnasium.
Okay.
We'll basically set up a little clinic in there. On one side of the dressing rooms that the girls occupy, that'll be where they'll get their physicals, the girls will. And on the opposite side, the boys will. So it's going to work out pretty well. We had some success with it last year, serving over right around 80 students.
Good.
80 student athletes. So
do they need to sign up beforehand for that?
They do. They do. They'll be getting information in today, tomorrow, and all of next week, the couple of days next week that we have. And we will make sure that you get that information that you need. Coaches have been given the information as well to hand out. I'll be going around to different practices that are occurring and making sure that we get that information out. Now, the banquet for our high school has been scheduled for May the 16th. I'm still trying to be at that state tournament.
That's
in March.
okay.
May the 16th, and it will take place at our Humboldt Medical Center at 6:00 p.m. So we'll do a recognition for all of our, not only our fall sports, but spring sports are recognized here as well, and all the sports for high school will be recognized May the 16th at the Medical Center here at our Humboldt Hospital. So
awesome.
We're looking forward to that. We still have some things going on with our spring sports. Softball is still at it. We went to Gleason on Tuesday, and yesterday we were at home against Haywood.
Yes.
Scored 3 runs in that last game against Haywood, doubleheader.
Good.
So that was exciting for our girls softball team.
Yes.
The boys were in action this week. We had the likes of who did we have coming in this week? I think we had on Monday. We should have had. Wasn't Gleason because our girls went to Gleason. It's hard for me to keep up with.
I understand the baseball schedule's crazy. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with.
It really is.
I know. I told George. I said I'm trying to keep up with it myself because of the weather, and things like that, and they play quite a bit. So.
They do.
We had Halls yesterday.
Okay.
Had Halls yesterday, and then we had Middleton on Tuesday.
Okay.
So we've had some. Actually, we had Middleton on Monday.
Okay.
Come up short in both of those games for baseball, but it's kind of a two-edged sword with baseball and basketball during our springtime.
Yeah.
Because many of our baseball athletes, 6 of them actually play basketball, play baseball.
Yeah.
And it's the year for signing, and it's the year for students visiting colleges that want to see where that next level is going to take them in basketball. And,
right.
Don't want to open up a can of worms, but be on the lookout for some signings that's going to occur.
Good.
Coming up with our basketball team.
It's good. We hope to be there, and we may even try to carry that stuff alive and see what will happen there, because I know a lot of people have been asking. Even I've got quite a few private messages. Y'all going to be on the signings? And we're going to try our best to make sure we're able to be there.
We'll let you know in plenty of time, Seth, so you can be there. That'll be the first for us, and when we do that, going live with our local radio station, so that will be awesome. So we'll be in touch, and we'll get some of that information out to you. And things are just continuing to go on. I don't know how much time I got left, but
that's okay.
Our seniors have letter jackets coming in. Senior banners are happening. So, please let us know.
Yeah.
Get those parents need to know that those things cost a little bit, and just come up there and let us know. If you have any athletic activities, let us know.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I know there's been some work even being done out at the football field.
Yes, it is.
Some lines being run and that kind of thing. Why don't you update folks on what's happening there?
Okay, at the football field?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we're really getting ready for our Strawberry Festival and opening ceremonies out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Randy, our maintenance man, he's really done a fantastic job of trying to get some lighting underneath the stadium for us when the Strawberry Festival occurs. I've let some folks in to look at our scores booth up there, our press box. And John come over yesterday.
Yes.
Thanks to John, we're going to do some upgrading with our sound system.
Yes. We'll go ahead.
Not only at the stadium, I'm thinking we can purchase some speakers. And got some input from John yesterday, and walking around with him and just showing him what we have in place, and then also wanting to upgrade so we can get more clarity, and so fans can understand what we're actually saying when we're using our sound equipment, and not only at the stadium but also at the gymnasium.
Good.
I think it's a few things that we can do in there, taking some input from John that we're going to have to add, and we're going to look at adding as far as purchasing. To just upgrade our sound system, so when people come to events, that they'll be able to hear, and clarity will be good, and hopefully the accuracy of some of the equipment that we can swap out and add to can provide that for our fans and the events that we're going to have occurring in the gym and on the football field.
Yeah.
So things continue to go on. Our banquets are the big thing that's coming up. I do think we did have a recognition scheduled for the 25th for the museum, and that's been canceled.
Okay.
I don't know if that has been put out and advertised a lot, but we got our wires crossed on that. So I do apologize for I'm a little stuffed up this morning.
No, that's okay. That's everybody today.
These sinuses and this pollen's been pretty tough on me. But any questions you have regarding athletics, we're still paddling through. Spring sports are ending, and signings are coming up. And a lot of athletes are just trying to get the year in, especially seniors. Yeah. And we're going to keep you posted on all the events that are coming up. And we appreciate the community and all the support they provide.
Sure thing. Before we get out of here today, the Tennessee Department of Transportation has issued a release that says there will be a full closure of the US 45 bypass at the I-40 interchange, while crews are installing a new sign truss across all north and southbound lanes of the bypass. This starts tomorrow at 8 o'clock at night and will run through Saturday at 7 o'clock at night. So want to get that out there. New signals will be operating with turn lanes on the 45 bypass, along with the new on and off interstate ramps and the reopened east and westbound ramps at exits 80A and 80B. So they're making quite a bit of progress there. You know what? As I was talking about installing the new trusses, I saw something that I didn't notice the other day coming through Humboldt.
Yeah,
you leave the high school. Yeah, you leave the high school. Headed toward Jackson.
Yeah.
I noticed it last night. I went to try
Southbound.
and pick some folks up. I started heading toward Jackson, actually going around there to the church, and I looked up, and there was the big sign. Why don't you talk about who sponsored that and how that all came about? Do you know?
Well, I wish I knew. All I know
It was a surprise to you,
it
too?
was a surprise to me.
It's a surprise to me.
Yeah, sometimes
So
they don't.
thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever
Whoever you
community
are.
member contributed, whatever,
Yes.
whoever was responsible for that. Thank you so much
Awesome.
because that looks absolutely awesome.
You know, that
I
means
love
a
it.
lot to those players
It does.
to see
It
that
does.
come about. Hey, that's something. Well, all right. Well, that's all the time we've got for today. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Give your contact info one more time.
HCSVikings.org. You can follow us on Facebook or on Twitter.
All right. We got Adrian Rogers coming up next in a jam session coming on here in the library. We'll be back with you tomorrow with some news. Thanks for listening.